If you're a business owner, you don't need us to tell you running a business is tough. Don't let QuickBooks and spreadsheets slow you down anymore. Now is the time to upgrade to NetSuite by Oracle, the world's #1 cloud business system. NetSuite gives you the visibility and control over your financials, HR, inventory, e-commerce, and more. Join the over 21,000 companies using NetSuite right now. Schedule your free product tour right now at netsuite.com/C-suite. netsuite.com/C-suite.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Superhero Homies podcast. My name is Quentin, and as always, I'm here with the homie Kevin.
Hey, how are we all doing tonight?
Yeah. So no intro music tonight. Hope that wasn't too jarring for y'all. We figured, what? Maybe we should have a break from the music. That could have happened, or we just had a goof and there's no music tonight.
Also, yes.
Either way, music or no music, we promise that tonight is going to be an extraordinary podcast. As a matter of fact, you guys don't even know what this is going to be about.
That's true. We've never announced it.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you probably do now because you've probably glanced through the description and maybe have a clue.
True. Right. Yes.
But yes, this is going to be our versus episode.
Yes, the first.
Yeah, one of possibly many. So basically, what we're going to do tonight is we're gonna look at some matchups maybe that we really want to see, and then by some we mean several are going to be at random, and we're gonna pit these heroes at each other and see who can win, see who's going to win in the fight.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're gonna be judge, jury, and technically the heroes would be the executioner of one another.
I see what you did there. And we got to kind of organize in a neat little fashion here because we had a few that we ourselves were already curious about. So we're going to talk about each of us, two pairs of fights that we want to talk about, in a predisposed manner. Like, so I was curious about blah, blah, blah. Oh, you're curious about blah, blah, blah. But then we also have a handy-dandy little paper jug here, in which case we will randomly draw them out and see what the hell happens with that.
Right.
Indeed.
So it's going to be interesting tonight, folks. And like we said, tonight's just going to be the first of many. If this goes well, then we'll definitely do it again and at a later podcast. Mm-hmm. But of course, before we get there, we have to go to some comic news. And
I'm still always tempted to sing you like a little news, dingy. Something like that. Yeah. Every time.
Every time. Yeah. Well. Also, last week was short on comic news. This week is a little short too. This week may more be my fault than just there not being any comic news. If I'm being honest here. Okay, but anyway, so I do have some interesting tidbits here, and a lot of these may just be more interesting to me, but I think that these are comic newsworthy anyway. First up is the X-Men Dark Phoenix movie coming out later on this year. They're possibly using the scroll, and if so, they'll be the first ones to do it, and not the MCU.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. And if not, if they don't use them in this movie, then they may use them in the next. Who knows? Yeah.
The first couple scenes of the movie, it looks like we're facing the scroll. So Sophie Turner sitting there thinking, okay, well, can we get Wolverine's help? He's not picking up. Oh shit, we have to do this? What?
Oh yeah, that's right. No more Wolverine.
Unless
they want to go ahead and recast him again already. Yep.
That would be a bold move.
It would be.
Yes,
would be.
Indeed.
Mm. Yeah, I just thought this was an interesting tidbit just because, the Skrull is such an integral part of the Marvel comics. And I can only imagine that, the MCU and Fox have probably had a few bidding wars as to who gets to use the scroll.
Right. Yeah.
Because I even remember before I saw Avengers 1, seeing Loki use the Chitauri army, and I was like, why not just get the scroll? But I mean, yeah, they. I guess they didn't do it because they couldn't.
Exactly. Yeah.
They literally
that
could
makes
not.
sense.
Yeah.
And plus, the Chitauri played off well.
I mean, I guess they were there. That's about all I can say about the Chitauri. Yeah. But yeah, so that's one thing here, and
okay.
A lot of people are wondering also why is Fox, why are they still putting these movies into like pre-production? Like, why are they still working on these projects? It's just the Kitty Pryde project, and there was or the X-Force project, and a couple others. Well, the reason being, just in case some of you are a little slow like me, the reason that Fox is still working on these projects is because it's going to take a while for this whole selling their properties over to Disney. It's going to take a while for this to finalize. It could be up to 2 years before the ink is finally dry on the paper. It could be that long before they're able to sell off their properties to the MCU.
Right. I remember you and I talked about that a little bit.
Yeah. And I mean, so they have to continue their business as if it's not happening at all. Otherwise, they could just be shooting themselves in the foot. Yeah. I mean, why own these multi-million-dollar properties and not have plans to use them?
And you know what? I know some of you out there are going to be like me, and you're going to ask, well, why does it take so long? And that's a whole corporate level red tape language that I know I personally don't speak. I'm not fluent in executive,
No.
So who knows why it takes so long for this to go through?
I'm sure that there's like a gang of lawyers on each side here working out this paperwork. And also,
I just imagine literally a room full of lawyers just like going at it, just like pro Disney and pro Fox just fighting.
Yeah.
Literally fighting.
And also, like a deal of this magnitude, also the government actually has to step in to oversee it. Yeah. I mean, because it is a pretty big deal here. And there was this scare that Comcast was actually still going to outbid Disney, but I think those rumors have since then subsided. So it still looks like Disney's in the forefront for the deal.
Watch, Disney's gonna buy Comcast next. Like, how dare you step up to us? Who do you think you are?
That would be some shit.
Comcast is going to be Iron Man, and Disney's going to be Thanos. And refer to the trailer now.
Next up, Sam Rockwell. He still wants to return to the MCU.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, that makes me extremely happy. He was interviewed recently. Don't ask me when or where. I actually have a link, but I'm too lazy to open it.
We might have to post that later.
Yeah. He was. Oh, by the way, people, I have links for all of these comic news things. So if you guys ever are curious as to where I'm getting all this weird ass information from, just hit us up and we'll post it.
You're just a seer.
Yeah. That's all it is. I'm just a seer and I make everything up.
I've never asked that what your sources are, but then again, I don't really care to know because it's like I don't want to question you. Like who the hell would I be to do that? I don't trust that. Who'd you get that shit from? I'm like, oh, come on, that's not me.
Yeah.
But I digress. What are you saying?
Yeah, so Sam Rockwell, you guys may remember him from Iron Man 2. He played the role of Justin Hammer, and come to find out, could have played Tony Stark.
Exactly, yeah. Hopefully you guys watched that short little video we posted. It actually talked a little bit more about that in detail. Please watch it. But I did not know that.
Yeah, so... he says that he's still really good friends with like Mark Ruffalo and some other guys in the MCU, and he was like, yeah, I'd love to come back. Character's not dead.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, and you seen that short that came out after Iron Man 3, All Hail the King, with
Ben Kingsley.
Yeah, so apparently he was in it.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, once again,
was he in prison?
Yeah. I mean, which makes sense from being
it does
in
make
prison.
sense, yeah.
But like, I don't recall seeing him in there. But I guess maybe he was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
But he said that he would love to return to the MCU. It would be great, to have him come back. I mean,
he's definitely a fun actor.
Yeah, he is a really fun actor. But I don't know. I don't know if you bring back Justin Hammer or any other Iron Man villain if we're not going to get any more Iron Man. So, I mean, he could come back, to be a thorn in Black Panther's side. That'd be cool to see.
That would be cool to see because, I mean, he does work on a government political level as well, as we've already seen, you know. And that's kind of what they did with Martin Freeman's character from Civil War, obviously, to Black Panther. Mm-hmm. So, there's potential. You're right.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I can see Justin Hammer wanting to get his hands on Vibranium.
Oh, hell yeah.
I can,
try to make another, what was the missile's name? The ex-wife?
Yeah, the ex-wife.
That's right. Yeah.
And let's see. Next up, the original director's cut for Black Panther was 4 hours long.
Holy hell!
Holy shit, indeed. So they had to cut it down nearly 2 hours because the movie I think was 2 hours and 15 minutes, and so they cut an hour and 45 minutes out. That's a shit ton of content.
I mean, Lord of the Rings just sat back down and said, "Okay, wow, damn." I wonder if we're ever going to see all of that.
I doubt it. I absolutely doubt it. I mean, Disney. And not just Disney, Marvel, but pretty much all, with the exception of Batman vs Superman. There's not a lot of superhero movies that get these cool extended cuts. Like Batman vs Superman is like the only one. I know Suicide Squad got like 1 or 2 more scenes.
Yeah. Okay.
I know Justice League. There's a shitload of content from Justice League, but they're only giving us like 1 or 2 more scenes.
Lame.
Yeah.
I bet you, what we're gonna see, what I think is funny to see, are DVDs and Blu-rays out there that literally say Black Panther director's first cut, and it's just like not director's full cut, but his first cut. Like, okay, this is 3.5 hours of movie. That's all I can cut. That's it. That's all you're getting.
Yep.
I'm sorry, you have to cut so much more. Okay. This will be a 3-hour, 15-minute movie. No. Come on, Ryan. You gotta cut a lot more, bud.
Yeah. Damn. You know, it's interesting because that's actually what they did to Zack Snyder on Justice League, because he was building this whole world, this whole conceptual vision that he had.
Right. Which awesome, necessary for Justice League,
right? Necessary for Justice League, and he was gonna bring everything home and tie everything together from BVS to here.
Okay,
and he had a cut that was I think a little over 3 hours long, and the studio was like, "No, we literally need to have this at 2 hours," which I think is really short for Justice League.
Right. I mean, we could have got a lot more.
Yeah. And it's true. Like there was a lot cut from that. Yeah. I mean, even like we mentioned this before, but even in just the trailers, there was a lot that was taken out. You know, the whole scene of Alfred saying, "I'm glad you're here. I just hope you're not too late." We never got that in the movie. The scene where Victor Stone was playing football, we never got that in the movie.
Nope.
The scene with Victor Stone when he was a complete human wearing a Letterman jacket, we didn't get that in the movie.
Do you still watch the trailer? Because you know this really well.
Well, I should. I'm a superhero, homie.
I'll take it. Indeed.
But yeah, there's just a lot of things like that, and it's like, damn. You know, people point the finger at Zack Snyder for being, you know, the person holding back the DCEU. Quite the contrary. I think that he's the one who's given us the most artistic value from the DCEU.
I was about to say,
it's the Warner Brothers executives who you guys need to be aiming your pitchforks at, because those guys are the real shitheads. I mean, it's true. Like they don't know how to structure a universe like that. They change their minds every 5 minutes. But anyways, next up and last up for the comic news. Following our Black Panther trip here, Andy Serkis was recently asked about the mixtape, and you remember
mixtape?
Yeah, it was in the movie during the casino scene.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And he was asked, so what do you think would be on your mixtape? And he gave some snarky remarks and some weird answers. Not what you would expect. They also asked Martin Freeman as well, what do you think is on Claw's mixtape? And he said something like, probably folk music. But but now there's actually a small group of people out there trying to get a petition started for an actual Claw mixtape. And certain groups have come up with fake pictures.
Oh gosh.
I
love this.
Look at that playlist.
Vibranium Thief. I got blown by your storm. Okay, that one made me a little nervous first, but yes, I did. Yeah. I do definitely get it, especially since storm is capitalized. People, burn it all down.
Burn it all down. Yeah, that was featuring Eric Killmonger.
Exactly. Yeah. Drown the King featuring Namor. Okay.
Yeah.
Straight out of Wakanda. My precious. Okay,
Yeah,
thank
yeah,
you. We had a
yeah.
Tolkien joke in there. Kong featuring Man-Ape.
Yeah.
Okay. Villains featuring Man-Ape, Eric Killmonger, Namor, Craven, and Doom.
Yeah, and Dr.
Holy
Doom,
crap,
yeah.
that's a squad.
Could you imagine Dr. Doom? I bet Dr. Doom has some of the sickest bars that you
I
ever
bet
heard.
you, for real. He's got like that good deep
Yeah,
voice for it too.
right.
Ego Trip, and this bonus track is a Killer Party featuring Pitbull. I love this actually.
Oh yeah,
This.
yeah. So kudos to whoever the hell made this, because that was an amazing piece of artwork. And then of course there's the cover photo as well.
That's awkward. It's great, but it's like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
I wish they gave him the claw still though, but yeah. What was the song he was singing in the movie whenever he was in the interrogation room? Because he was singing a song.
He was.
What song was that? Do you remember?
I don't, but now there's probably homies out there listening, yelling the answer at us. I have no idea.
I know, right? I can't hear you guys. Sorry.
I have no idea what he was singing. I completely forgot.
20 minutes from now, watch. That's my gamble. 20 minutes, I'm gonna be like, oh, that was the song.
Well, probably.
Oh shit. Whatever.
But yeah, that's all for the comic news.
Comic news.
Yep. Comic news.
Comic news.
And of course, next up we have
Dun dun dun.
the comic question of the week. Oh yeah.
Question me.
Yeah. Okay. So, Kevin, this week the question is going to be a bit of a different format. There will be no multiple choice here for you.
Okay.
And
I'm cool with that.
Yes, I did that out of confidence in your abilities.
How many times have you said this?
Hey, once you hear this question, you know, either one or two things is going to happen. You're either going to be, oh yeah, and just spot out the answer, or you're going to say, oh shit, and then spot out the answer. Either way, though, I expect you to. I think you're going to get this one. I think.
Cool.
I think this is something that you do already know.
Sure.
Yeah. But it is a two-part answer. So you have to give. There's going to be two answers that you're going to need to give.
Okay.
All right. So we all know that the comic version of Wolverine is only 5'3" tall. How much does he weigh with and without the adamantium?
Okay. Without the adamantium, I want to say it's like 150 to 180. With the adamantium, though, it's like 300 something. It's something crazy. I don't want to give him a half ton, though. I feel like that's way too much. Yeah, because that's like, oh my gosh, dude. You poor soul. I knew this once upon a time, but I really don't remember it. Because I remember it said it in...
Ow. That was me hitting something, people.
Yeah. There was something that I remember. It wasn't a comic, but it was like a book about Wolverine that I borrowed from you forever ago, and it said it in there. But I don't think that was canonical either.
The Wolverine files, actually, everything in there is canonical.
Oh, good, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Damn. That's sad. Poor Wolverine. That was a great book. It got into some great in-depth stuff, super gory details. Awesome read. Let's go with... Yeah, I mean, let's go with that. Let's say he's about 180 by himself and nearly 400 with adamantium. I feel like I'm lowballing myself a little bit, but we'll see.
You were close with his non-adamantium weight.
Okay.
It was 195 without adamantium.
Okay, yeah.
And adamantium's heavy, but it's not quite that heavy. It was actually only 300 with adamantium. So your original guess was closer.
Son of a dick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Figures.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Such is life. But yeah, so Wolverine, long story short, he is deceptively heavy.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
So kudos to Juggernaut, not Juggernaut, for Colossus for always throwing them
Yeah. You know, it reminds me like the only thing that I guess was right about the Wolverine Origins movie is when he sat on the motorcycle and the motorcycle kind of sank, kind of dropped beneath him. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the comic question of the week, people. And now for your main event of the evening.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess the main event won't be to like we draw the last two names from
That's
the bucket.
true, because then it'd be like, well, I kind of remember who I wrote down. Do you? No, me neither. Let's do it.
Yep. So once again, this is our versus episode. Kevin and I, first of all, we do have two separate fights that we had in mind to discuss to see who could win that. And then after that, we're just going to draw random names
Exactly.
from a bucket and then discuss as to who will win those fights.
Yeah. And no, I don't think that these are things Bat in the Sun has already covered. You know? Yeah.
Bat in the Sun has covered an awful lot.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to Bat in the Sun and those guys. Those guys are great. Because Bat in the Sun is Superpower Beatdown. There's also, what's the other one where they do like all the analysis and stats?
Yes. No idea. Though that is another great one. I love how detailed they go into it, man. Yeah. Because they explain to you why the hell it is the way it is.
Right.
You know? And you're just like, oh, okay.
Right. Yeah, superhero death battle.
Yeah, you're right. Death battle.
Yeah.
Go, you guys.
Yeah. So shout out to Bat in the Sun and Death Battle because those guys they do it the greatest. Cool. So definitely go check them out on YouTube after you listen to this podcast.
Exactly.
Yep. Did you want to go first?
It don't matter to me, man. You go first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So the first that I had on my list that I wanted to discuss was who do you think would win in a fight between a Winter Soldier and Red Hood?
Ow, you son of a dick.
What's up?
I'll tell you in a minute. Son of a dick. Okay. Okay, so you know way more about the Red Hood than I do. I'm gonna give you that because that's just the fact. You do. You read more of his shit. I've read some of the stuff that you let me borrow, essentially, and that's about that. So, that being said, I'm pretty sure the Red Hood has augmentations. Some type of... besides the Lazarus Pit, obviously bringing this guy back from the dead. You know, that's cool by itself. But as far as I know, that wasn't like a strength or reflexes or mentality enhancing subject at all in his life, you know. As far as I know, that just brought him back from the dead, maybe made him a little bit more mentally aggressive, if not unhinged. Psychotic to an edge, you know. Well said, by the way, psychotically unhinged. Now, as far as I know, outside of that, he doesn't have any other physical augmentations, though, does he?
No.
So nothing on par with the Russian super soldier serum that our boy Winter Soldier has got. Just making sure that we separate the details here.
Yeah.
And then, of course, vibranium arm. No, just a kick-ass arm. Titanium arm. He doesn't have vibranium arm?
No. I mean,
he might soon.
He's gonna in the MCU.
Yeah. That reminds me, I accidentally saw Captain America's new shield. I couldn't resist it.
Oh, his new shield?
In one of the trailers, they show off the new shield, and I'm just like, oh, shit. Mm-hmm. That kind of put me on the edge of the seat a little bit.
Yeah, I thought that this was a really interesting fight.
It is,
though.
yeah. I mean,
because there was the, I forget which podcast episode it was, but we mentioned these two as far as comparisons to one another. That was the podcast.
Yeah.
But they do have a lot in common, you know, since they were both technically sidekicks to really famous heroes at one point.
Yeah.
Both presumed dead. One was actually dead.
Yeah.
And both came back, like we said earlier, mentally unhinged and with kind of a vendetta. And both fought their former mentors.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're right. That was a great lineup. I don't know, man. My guess, I'm gonna have to throw it in the ring with Winter Soldier, man.
Very nice.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go with him.
Winter Soldier.
What about you?
Red Hood.
Okay.
Yep.
See, I knew this was gonna happen. I didn't expect it to happen so quickly. Why you? And then I'll say why me.
Okay. I think that Red Hood wins because Bucky is an extremely good hand-to-hand combatant, but he is not, I don't think, nearly as good a hand-to-hand combatant as our boy Jason Todd is. If Bucky's able to keep the fight at a long distance, which I don't think he would. But if he can keep the fight at a long distance, I think that, hell, even then it'd be a close fight because they're both experts marksmen.
Right.
So even then, I don't know. If we're looking at them both in the sense of them being, a little bit of villain or anti-heroes, then I don't think that either one's afraid to get their hands dirty to get what they want.
True.
So I don't think that they have any of those moral hang-ups. So I was thinking, like, essentially, what does it come down to? Bucky does have the vibranium arm, but Jason Todd, fighting alongside Batman, has fought in things that no ordinary man should be able to beat, yet beat
somehow they do, right? Yeah. And that's good reasoning.
And being trained by Batman, that gives you a pretty big ass edge.
Right, that's prestigious. You're already a cut above most.
I think that. I think that the fight inevitably has to come within close quarter combat. Once the two run out of ammunition, right. This fight is going to be close quarter. And once that happens, then I think that Bucky gets a lot of good hits in the beginning. Once Jason Todd realizes to watch out for that damn arm and realizes that Bucky may rely more on that for its power, I think that Jason Todd puts him down.
Okay. Yeah. All right. That's interesting. See, I was also kind of counting on Bucky's training because you're right. Jason Todd, I believe he has been trained better, yes. However, I believe our boy Bucky has the better tools in his disposal. And I think he does know how to use those tools. And I think that's why he would still nonetheless be a formidable foe.
Yeah.
And you're right. I think long distance, maybe even some environmental hazards, that they would definitely help our boy Bucky out. He would.
I think it'd be even.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Jason Todd has an ass load of an arsenal on his side.
Right,
maybe even bigger arsenal than Winter Soldier, because Winter Soldier doesn't travel with much.
True. Okay, I'll give you that. But at the same time, I think, I don't know, man. I'm just imagining it now because long distance or close quarters. Yeah, long distance. I could see that being a little different. Yeah. I imagined Winter Soldier to have the edge nonetheless. But I could totally see, like, even close quarters, it's like, Jason Todd trying to pull out his knife that he'll use every now and then.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, Bucky's just going to break it with his arm or something awesome like that. I wish it'd be that instantaneous. It probably would never be.
No.
But I still see...
Because I think that you're just forgetting at how good of a hand-to-hand combatant Jason Todd is. I mean, the fact that he nearly bested Batman in their first meeting, him as Red Hood.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Stuff like that you can't overlook. And plus, Jason doesn't have the hang up that Batman does, in which Jason will kill you. Batman
True.
won't.
No, I mean, and that would, that'd probably be the outcome of a lot of these fights. Yeah. But I don't know, man. I'm still gonna give it some more thought because I'm not just jumping teams here. No. Just because one homie says something. Yeah. I don't know. I think it would also kind of depend on the day of the week because I think Winter Soldier could definitely still hold his own.
Oh yeah, this is no easy fight by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that ultimately Jason takes it.
I don't know. Yeah. We'll write Marvel and DC and tell them to make another amalgam comic. This time with all the characters they didn't use. So it would take forever. But okay. Mm-hmm. So now you'll understand why I reacted the way I did earlier. Because this was just a curiosity of mine. Like, literally, when I prepared for this episode, I literally thought to myself, what do I not know? And what do I want to have deciphered in my own head? My own curiosities answered, if you will. Mm-hmm. So your first one was Winter Soldier and Red Hood, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And your reasoning was because also a lot of it came from Red Hood being kick-ass supported by Batman in that training. So here's something equally confusing now.
Okay.
My guess...
Batman and Captain America?
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah. Besides, I'm pretty sure Bat and the Sun or one of those guys already did that one.
It's been done in the comics and I think on YouTube. Batman wins, but
Okay.
That's prejudice. No, that's facts.
Yeah.
Batman wins.
Well, that might be facts, but it's also prejudice. Facts can be prejudice. What am I saying? Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
No, I specifically thought of things that they haven't done yet. Or if they have done it, then I'm blissfully unaware of it.
Right.
So my first one here is Nightwing versus Red Hood.
Nightwing versus Red Hood.
Exactly. Like, of the two ex-Robins, who would prevail, you know? Because they're both trained by Batman, so you can't give me that shit.
No,
you know?
I can give you that Jason Todd is stronger and Nightwing's more acrobatic.
That's true, you know, and I remember even Batman saying that in one of the comics I read. But I mean, that's literally a curiosity of mine. So my gamble in this ring would literally at this point be a guess. So I don't want to say I devalue my own opinion, but I just don't know as much. So that's why I'm asking. Maybe listeners, if you guys have some comments or something, feel free to post them on the Facebook page and let me know what you think at least, you know. And obviously I want to hear your opinion, Q.
Yeah.
What's running through the mind here? Because you're right on what you said previously. Jason Todd, he ain't afraid to kill. So I don't want to be all dark and stuff, but that might give him a pro, I would imagine, this fight.
Well, if we're talking about, is this a fight to the death or the fight to just winner?
I think it depends on the fighters.
I mean, because I think that those are some ground rules need to set before we, you know.
Well, no, I mean, what I mean by that is I think it would depend on the personalities of the people we're having battled against each other, you know? Because if we have two hardcore world enders all of a sudden trying to go head to head, they're not going to let the other one live, you know? I think it determines the character, or the rule should be determined by the character. So in other words, if Nightwing would win this, for example, he wouldn't kill him. But if, you know, Red Hood did, maybe he would. Whatever defines as a win, I guess, to the heroes in question. Is that fair? What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I understand.
Or should we just not complicate it and make it say to the beat?
Yeah, I mean we can just do that.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this is a really tough one here.
I know, right? 'Cause that's what I was thinking about earlier.
Yeah. They're both damn good. I mean, obviously at what they do. I think. Damn. Ultimately, I'd give it to Nightwing.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, that's cool. What's your reasoning?
Because the reason being is because, and I think that Jason even knows this. Jason knows that he wants to keep this. He wants to keep as much distance as possible between he and Nightwing. Because even though Jason Todd is an extremely skilled hand-to-hand combatant, Nightwing's just better.
Okay.
And plus, Nightwing's arsenal is mostly up close in your face and personal.
Right. Those two, like the baton.
The skirmas he uses.
Look at you and your terminology. Ooh.
And plus, like he had a pretty lengthy stint as Batman, referring to Nightwing here, and in which he had to learn how to adapt under pressure and how to do a lot of shit that he didn't know previously.
He had to learn how to Batman.
He had to learn how to be Batman.
Yeah.
And how to take care of Dick Damien all at the same time.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think that, I mean, yeah, because I mean, like you said, depending on the day of the week, I guess it could go either way. But I think that 6 times out of 10, Nightwing definitely wins.
Okay. I know some of the fans out there, I can only imagine them getting mad and yelling at their radios or their phones or however they're listening and already casting their opinions at us right now. I'm loving it.
Hey, yeah, go ahead, let them. Who do you think? What are you thinking?
No, it was purely a curiosity of mine because, I imagine situations where the environment does make an impact, you know? That's something I have always believed in, you know?
Right.
I think if it was average Gotham City night, though, I think you're right. I think our boy Nightwing would have the upper edge there, you know? I think, however, a change of environment could definitely kind of alter those odds nonetheless, though, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't, but for this setup here, do we want to throw in environments?
Hell no. No, I don't got enough time for that, do you?
Yeah,
no.
I mean,
no, that's just me getting technical as shit. You know, that's me giving you my honest thought. You know, Although I think you're right, Nightwing would be definitely kicking some ass.
Yeah.
Jason Todd, however, I think would go down swinging, and who knows what would happen at that point, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
By the way, it's funny. Now, after we've discussed these two fights,
Sure.
we mentioned Bat and the Sun earlier. They actually had a fight between Nightwing and the Winter Soldier.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
ironic.
Yeah.
We're just playing rock, paper, scissors here.
Yeah.
Who won that fight?
Nightwing.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So there we have it. Right? So in other words, it's not rock, paper, scissors. It's Nightwing, Red Hood, Winter Soldier. Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
I'm loving
We're
it.
moving to the next one.
Sure. What's
All
up?
right. My next fight here was one that, for me, I think is extremely complex. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. My next fight is Cyborg versus Iron Man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And we've never seen that before, huh?
Not
Like,
that not that I can
know
recall
of, yeah. Well, shit. Give me a minute here. Let me think.
Yeah. See, I didn't expect this podcast episode to hurt my brain as much as it's doing. Because my brain has never had to calculate so much, this hard.
No, like
Not
seriously.
even when I was in school, did my brain calculate anything this complex.
Well, we actually care about this.
That's right. We actually care about this. They didn't prepare me for this in high school.
No.
But yeah, this is a really intriguing fight. I mean, we have Cyborg, who is a cyborg. I mean, not only are his own physical properties advanced, but of course he can also pretty much hack himself into any known security base, any known satellite, anything he can hack into.
So do you think that... I have my own thought, and I'll share it in a second, but
Yeah.
do you think that he would hack himself into Iron Man's suit? Into Jarvis?
I think that he could be in there long enough to do some damage. I don't
Okay.
think that he'd stay. I don't think that he'd be able to stay.
Right. Okay. Because that's very interesting as well. Because the fight would not only happen on a physical level, it would also happen on a technological level.
Yeah.
Like you just imagine two computer guys. Like trying
Basically,
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a hard gamble, man, because it also
Right.
depends on which version of Iron Man we're speaking of here.
Also, yes, I thought about that.
I mean, if we're talking about the extremist version of Iron Man with the bleeding edge armor, with the nanotech suit, then that makes it even more complicated.
Honestly, my first thought, and this is a lazy thought, the one that popped into my head here, who would fire the EMP first? Yeah. Like, who would realize, oh, that's a technological being?
Well, my thing is that which one of them would be unprepared for EMP?
Also, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it was a lazy thought. I mean, I almost kind of want to just keep going down that road and and then just rebuttal to your rebuttal. Well, who do you think would be prepared for someone who thinks they're prepared for a basic EMP and not a high-tech EMP like such and such?
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
No, it's stupid. I don't want to go down that path because then we're trapped.
Yeah, then we're stuck.
Literally, like I said, at this point, it's like ping pong, like ding, 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 ding. Flip a coin.
I mean, no, but really,
joking,
this one is difficult.
It is like I mean, I personally don't know enough about Cyborg himself in order to really decipher this fight that way. But I think he would have Tony physically.
Physically,
I think so.
But also, I mean, because here's the thing, especially if we're not doing the extremist bleeding edge Tony Stark, then his brain capacity, like his brain potential, he's great, but he can't beat a computer.
Right. I mean, it's literally him and his armor versus
Yeah.
a being who is a computer.
Right.
Right. Who is a human and a computer.
Yeah.
Literally a cyborg.
Right.
I mean, at that point, you're right. He's processing literally faster.
Way faster.
Yeah.
If it's the bleeding edge armor, then shit, it's
toe to toe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, shit. Look. Okay, so let's go ahead and diversify this fight a little bit. Let's say option A is classic Iron Man as we know him, as we see him in the movies, as his most common appearance. Okay. And then we'll say the other half of this is going to be with the Bleeding Edge versus Cyborg. Okay. Now let's talk about those separately. Which one do we want to dive into first?
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and say this. I think that without the Bleeding Edge armor, Cyborg wins.
Okay.
So let's go Bleeding Edge versus Cyborg.
Okay, that's easy, because that's kind of where I was leaning towards as well, you know?
Yeah.
Because Iron Man has lost to other technological beings in the past.
Right.
You know, Dr. Doom, for instance, he's not won every fight against him, you know?
And plus, I think that even Cyborg versus Ultron would be an interesting fight.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
That would. I don't think Ultron, at that point there would be
because Cyborg has fought off viruses before, and essentially Ultron at his base is a virus.
Right. A really
complicated virus. Yeah. But yeah, I don't want to go down that.
No, that's a whole nother thing. All of a sudden, that's my second guess. No, but damn, that would have been a good name for the jug.
Okay, so just for the homies that are listening, so the Bleeding Edge armor, basically it allows Iron Man to act at a thought. You know, beforehand he would have to, of course,
do what we do.
Yeah, do exactly what we do, like, as far as how we move and how we process and how we act. But now with the nanotechnology installed in Tony Stark through his bloodstreams, he can have the suit summoned on him within this time it makes to have a thought. So how long it takes him to have that thought, the suit's on him. He now reacts fluidly. As soon as he has the thought, he's moved. You know, so he, like, his processing ability is astronomical. On top of that, it also gives him, I think it gives him a little bit of a healing factor for a bit. He can communicate with...
That would make sense with nanobots.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
He can communicate with satellites and cell phones and computers.
In that case, because of the healing nanobots, I would give it to him with the Bleeding Edge. Yeah. But without it, nah, you're boned, bruh. I think that would be the most fair way to judge that, honestly. Right. But it would take the Bleeding Edge and nothing less.
Yeah, I think I agree.
That does.
I think.
What about Hulkbuster?
I don't think that does him any good. Hulkbuster, that's meant for Hulk.
I think it'd be a fun fight to watch, though.
I think that Cyborg just tears that shit apart. Hulkbuster is meant to be a physically durable suit of armor that can withstand and dish out a lot of physical damage. I don't think that does anything to Cyborg. I still
don't see the physical damage, damn it. Don't rip this from me. I just want to see Hulkbuster. What do you call it in the movie? What was the Hulkbuster's nickname? He gave it a girl's name, didn't he? What was that? Which one?
Well, no, he didn't give it a nickname because Jarvis was no more. So he had a backup AI.
Right.
Friday.
Okay. That's right. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. So damn. I don't know what to call it. This one we can't call it a tie.
I wouldn't say a tie.
We can't be 3 fights. Yeah.
I think literally the man with the better tech wins, because Tony at his base level does not have better tech than Cyborg. Cyborg literally is the better tech. Yeah. But if Iron Man could ascend to that level, I think he'd get him. Yeah. Is what I'm saying.
I think you're right.
Yeah. That's my cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Who you got?
My second one here before we hit up this jug of love is
that sounds a little gross.
The jug of love. It's too late. It's it. That's the name. I'm writing it on it in Sharpie. Okay, yeah, my second guess, honestly, and this one was more, again, I want to see this happen more so than I think it's going to be an actual hard competition. But who knows? Maybe you know more of it than I do, and it would be a great competition. Batman versus the Watchmen's Night Owl.
Ooh, Batman versus Night Owl.
Yes, because if you recall from the graphic novel, Night Owl had Batman-esque tech. Not copying Batman, of course. No, he had his own level of cool-ass stuff.
Yeah.
He had a UFO, dude. That's what that thing was. It was an owl-shaped UFO, and it was great.
Technically, yes. Technically, you're correct. It was unidentified.
That's what I want to say.
Yeah.
Right there. Who's your gamble? Besides, your favorite.
Well, so Batman's my favorite for a reason.
I mean, of course. He's damn good. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Here's the thing. We first of all, we can't count out Dan Dreiberg quite yet, because the man, he is very physically capable. He may not have that. He may not exuberate that confidence that Bruce Wayne does. But by the end of the Watchmen, he does though.
Right. It took a few things. Yeah.
Yeah, he had to get laid. But Dan Jarberg, aka Night Owl, he because I'm assuming we're talking about that Night Owl, not the original.
Right. No. The actual,
Yeah.
like the one we see most of the time.
Yeah. I mean, he does have a lot of technical capabilities as well. He made a lot of stuff for Rorschach, like Rorschach's grappling gun.
Right.
He made that, of course. Like I said, he made the ship, Archie.
Right. I mean, he's a very technical dude. He gets it. Yeah.
But I mean, damn, I'd be foolish not to give it the Batman.
I mean, that was my thought too. You know,
Yeah.
that I was more just imagining the fight. Like I literally
Right.
want
Now-
to watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, what's
now,
up?
I was gonna say a better fight that I hope that DC does now
Ooh.
would be Ozymandias versus Batman.
Oh.
I
That'd
mean,
be some shit.
yeah, you look at Ozymandias.
Yeah.
He's known as the smartest man in the world.
Right.
You saw how he made both Rorschach and Night Owl look like puppies
Right.
next to him. You know, he outsmarted Dr. Manhattan.
A being of pure damn energy.
I
You know,
mean,
yeah.
a god for a lesser,
Right.
for another word. I mean, I think that fight would be outstanding to see.
be a good fight too.
Yeah. That would be intense.
I'd still like to see both.
Oh yeah. Oh, most definitely. I want to see both.
Damn,
But,
you're
yeah,
right.
so-
I hope we do see that sometime
Yeah.
in the series or something. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe not the series, but somehow down the line.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, now with Doomsday Clock and with the Watchmen being officially introduced in the
The DC universe.
yeah, I mean, hell, it's a possibility.
I know, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, you're the one who released the tentacle hologram. How'd you know it was a hologram? Because I'm Batman.
Yeah. Fight. Ready, fight. Yep.
That's literally like the Injustice intro conversation
yeah,
between, you know?
yeah.
Yeah. But, well.
Are we ready to go in and to pulling some names?
Indeed. Let me try to shake this a little bit under the table here.
Yeah.
All right.
So we have a total of 14 names, so there's going to be a total of 7 battles.
These could be really short or long as hell.
Yep.
We're about to find
We're
out.
about to find out.
All right, I got one. Go ahead and read yours first, my friend. I don't know which one I got. And we really mix these up. So there's
Yeah.
some powerhouses, there's some random ones. Okay. Who'd you get?
I got Thanos.
Speaking of powerhouses,
Do we put anyone in there that can compete with Thanos? I hope so.
I think you did. Yes,
okay,
you did.
okay.
Because I remember you said the name, and I was like, oh, well, in that case, here we go right here. The one I drew was Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel.
Ooh,
Yeah.
damn.
I know,
Well,
right?
this is interesting because
Okay.
Marvel, the OG Captain Marvel,
Right.
he's done battle with Thanos multiple times. He's had to, spank that ass on several occasions.
Well said.
Thank you.
Well
Thank
said.
Now, as far as Carol Danvers goes,
Yeah, that's the thing. Can she hold up in that fight?
well, I mean, that depends.
I know, right?
And this also depends on what we're hooking Thanos up with. Does he have the cosmic cube or the gauntlet?
No, at this point, I'm saying
Okay.
pure Thanos.
Gotcha.
No
No-
glove.
no
Because
glove.
with the glove, it'd be done. Here's your next name. You
Right.
know?
Yeah, yeah. With the glove, we would definitely need someone of higher ability to
Exactly.
to step
Yeah.
in.
So with the other glove. But I digress. I think she
Yeah.
stands a chance.
She does. She definitely
Yeah.
stands a chance.
Yeah.
What we have to realize is that Thanos, and guys, you can definitely, comment and correct me if I'm wrong, but in his base form, I think that he's physically stronger than the Hulk. In Hulk's base form, World Breaker Hulk, I don't know.
Right. Now.
But like just regular angry Hulk versus Thanos is actually stronger.
Which is fair because he's a Titan.
Yeah.
An evolved, mutated
he's
Titan.
A mutated Titan. Yeah.
Exactly. So, come on, that's a fair comparison.
Right.
Yeah.
He's also super endurable. Durable, not endurable.
It's the purple ruffles.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Exactly. The roughly purple chin right there. That's what does it.
And I'm just gonna mention the side note really quick while I also think about who the hell wins this fight.
Okay.
So for those of you reading the latest Thanos comic, then I'm sure you guys are aware that it's pretty much it's like old man Thanos. Basically, it's in a future dystopian where Thanos he's officially ruled the universe now. He has like the Hulk on a leash, and he has Cosmic Ghost Rider as his herald. Cosmic Ghost Rider. So this is a Ghost Rider who has the powers of Silver Surfer, who was a herald for Galactus, and also made a deal with Mephisto, granting him.
Johnny Blaze has been through some shit.
It's not Johnny Blaze.
Oh, it's a different one.
Yeah.
Interesting. Cool. So I was about to say, poor Johnny Blaze, man. He's been through that.
It's actually Frank Castle.
What? That's some shit, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Do you have the comic? Can
No,
I read it?
I-
Buy the comic. I can imagine Thanos just like, I'm so bored. Let's play Monopoly, but I get Boardwalk off the bat. Just, I don't know, trying to pass time.
Yeah. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting. But yeah, back to Carol Danvers. She has some immense power indeed. So, I mean, here's the thing, like Rogue, specifically the Rogue we see in the animated series.
Okay.
I mean, that version of Rogue gets her powers from Carol Danvers.
Right.
So
Bulletproof skin, the flight, the
super strength. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
But above that though, Carol Danvers, she has immense energy manipulation, so she can hang in there with the best of them.
And she also has military training, correct?
Oh yeah,
exactly.
she does,
yeah. So I think she would have to be on her A game, but if she were to be on the A game, I think she'd stand a good chance and actually potentially win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
think if she makes any mistake though, Thanos is taking her out.
I gotta go with Thanos on this one.
I mean, yeah, no, that's primarily what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like she has to be on the A prime
Right.
game. If not,
for
Thanos.
For most people in general, for most heroes in general, it's gonna take
That
more
would be the
than
rule of thumb.
It's gonna take more than one in general to beat Thanos. It's gonna take at least 2 or 3 of them,
Right.
on their best day to take down Thanos.
As we've kind of seen through the trailer, for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, he has a gauntlet in the damn trailer.
Also, yes.
Yeah.
True. And, Stone Cold Steve Austin look. All right.
It gives him +5 to badassery.
It does.
Yep.
All he needs is a beer in the non-gauntlet hand.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and
Alright.
read mine this time first.
Second.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's not aggravating.
All right. Oh, I was hoping to get this one. Snowflame.
Okay. I have Black Panther.
Well, that was fun. For those who don't recall, Snowflame was a one-and-done DC hero. Villain, excuse me. I just kind of classified them all for a second. But no, he was actually a villain. He was a drug dealer. And his power, as a man, he was, normal, nobody special. But when he did cocaine, people, let me tell you, this guy got some crazy-ass powers, Besides strength and better reflexes and speed and all that, and better mind-body connectivity, he also had cocaine touch. People would get a contact high literally from cocaine by touching him. And he literally has a great quote. It was something like cocaine is my god, or something like that.
It was something like that.
Oh gosh, you are just a strung out old man. And he literally was this strung out buff old dude.
He was orange.
Yeah. In Colombia.
Yeah. He's from Colombia.
Exactly. Fill in the blank there for the joke. But he ran a Colombian drug cartel, and he sold drugs as the drug supervillain. He was great.
Yep, known as Snowflame. You can imagine why he was one and done.
Yeah, no, that like his comic story did not last long, which I love the idea of just this old man bending down and just like, oh my gosh, and just like super powering up. It's hilarious to me.
It is very hilarious. Of course, I drew T'Challa himself.
Of course, which I'm kind of ashamed that he was the one who had to go up against this guy, but Black Panther would own him.
Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah. Let's just. I really can't think.
Snowflame would think he's winning.
Yeah. While Snowflame is getting his face turned into like ground beef, he would imagine that he's killing T'Challa.
It's like, oh my gosh, this cocaine is working. Although, admittedly,
T'Challa would say, well, the cocaine is giving him like pain immunity, but he's crippled now.
Plus, it would have to be Black Panther, come to think of it, because the suit would save him from the contact high.
That's true.
Yeah.
He wouldn't get the contact high. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, that's the saving grace too.
That is one of many saving graces.
Okay, well, let's think about it. If it was someone who doesn't have gloves, they would be a little bit more boned. Come on.
I mean, they'd be just as high as Snowflame.
Exactly. And then who actually survives being high more?
Well, here's the thing. T'Challa, he's been to the Jalia, okay? I think that
This is true. He's been...
I think that he can survive a trip or two. Yeah.
But, again, vibranium suit.
Yeah. I mean, not just that, but the hand-to-hand combatant, like, he's just as skilled at hand-to-hand combatant as Batman. I mean, he really is Marvel's Batman.
With much more money.
Yeah, with way more money than anyone.
I will say this, though. One power I forgot that Snowflame also has...
Breathing fire, right?
Yeah, I forgot about that. He did breathe fire, too. I forgot 2 powers. Breathing fire, which... Cool. Weird and random. But also, thanks to the cocaine, he also has an intense numbness to pain.
Yeah. I mentioned that one earlier.
Yeah. I did? Okay.
No, so I
you did.
Yeah.
You did. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot that one in particular. Yeah. Which, again, it would make him feel like he's winning when he's just getting that Colombian ass beat in.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
Black Panther all the way,
Black
guys.
Panther. Yeah, that was no comp at all. All right.
All right.
So what else we got here?
Let's see here. Moving on to number 3. Man, we're flying through these.
We are.
Yeah.
I mean, we got some easy comparisons so far. All right. Oh, I got 1 ears this time. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I have Wolverine.
Oh, shit. I got Spawn.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit, indeed.
Oh, damn.
And you specify the Al Simmons.
Yeah.
Which,
so, the OG Spawn.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Damn. Can we get a do-over?
Yeah, sure, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Shit.
From what I know of Spawn, as much as I hate it, I might have to go with him, honestly, against our boy Wolverine. I mean,
they're both hard to kill, but
exactly.
But one.
I mean, this dude has amazing powers and abilities, and even tools backing him up. You know. I mean, Wolverine's got that great instinct. It'd
be a damn good fight.
It would be amazing. I want Bat in the Sun to do this one now. Like, let someone have them, listen to the podcast and reenact these. Yeah. Oh man, but
Wolverine versus Spawn. Okay, so I'm trying to think about the ways that you can possibly beat Spawn.
Would Wolverine's adamantium be able to cut through his stuff? Because he's got like the weighted gauntlets and the foot thing going on
through the ectoplasm.
Exactly. I mean, that's the question. Because if it can, then I'd give Wolverine a better chance.
He can definitely cut him, but it's not going to do anything. Like, the healing can be damn instantaneous.
So in other words, he's got the better healing factor. It's the Deadpool component, really, the saving grace there. Shit. I mean, as much as I hate it, I kind of wanted Wolverine to go against Snowflame so they could at least get high together. But I mean,
I think if Wolverine, if he can manage to cut his head off,
if he could do that, I mean, he does have some mean ass fighting technique back in this guy.
he
He's not all
definitely does.
feral rage.
No,
so
and you know, I think in the beginning he tried to, you know, be all feral rage.
right, just wanted done.
I think he would quickly realize that's not going to work.
Very much so, especially when he like turns this damn cape into this battle axe, you know, this cool ass thing. Like, okay, yeah, that was a good lineup. I'm actually gonna put that one aside. Yeah, I kind of like want to think about that one a lot more after this too.
Yeah,
But I think Spawn, because also of his intense healing factor, that's gonna be the crown jewel for me.
they both have intense healing factors.
True, but I mean, you said his is instantaneous. Wolverine's is
it can
not.
be. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
so who has the better one?
There's a building healing factor.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't shrug your shoulders and shake your head and just like go, oh. That's exactly what he did, people.
Oh shit.
I think they'd become friends and just fight crime together. The end. Okay,
Well,
so
you know, with that ectoplasm is no joke, though.
right, that would be his tool versus the adamantium being, you know, Wolverine's
Yeah,
tool.
I mean, also Spawn can keep it at a range if he wants to, because he does have ectoplasm blast that they can shoot. But I mean, like as far as these two, who being able to kill who, I'm trying to think of who they fought that are most similar to each other. You know,
Okay, that's fair. That's good.
and to be fair, I really don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
Who has Wolverine fought that's
the
most
only
similar
one that
to?
comes to mind is maybe Ghost Rider, but that's not even touching it. That's not even close. Yeah.
I mean, the closest thing I can think of would be like Venom or Carnage. As far as the symbiote
see
goes,
that.
I think maybe I'm just stuck on Todd McFarlane's drawings.
That would make sense. Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
But yeah, definitely, guys. If you guys have any input on this, then
Yeah, let us know.
hit us up. But
Should we table this one and come back to it? I mean,
we can do this. We can come up with something here.
Okay, so in that case, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it well, damn it. Okay? We're going to break them apart like this. Wolverine, what do we know about him? Go.
Emits healing factor.
True.
Bone coated adamantium.
Okay.
Bone claws and adamantium.
Hell yeah. 3 on each hand.
3 on each hand. 12 inches long approximately. Animal-like senses and smell.
Exactly. Okay.
Acute, not great, but acute strength. So he's definitely stronger than a normal man.
exactly.
Has animalistic reflexes as well.
Also true. Okay. And you mentioned feral rage yet?
No, with
It's about to say the
rage,
anger,
yep.
definitely. Yeah. Cool.
But he does also have extensive training and various martial arts and sword play and weaponry.
Also true.
And he also knows how to be more covert when he needs to be.
Okay, interesting. That's a side note. I didn't think about the sneakiness there. Okay, now same thing. Spawn.
He's already fucking dead.
What's a lead-in? Damn.
Yep. The ectoplasm can pretty much do whatever the hell he wants it to do by just sheer concentration.
Basically, ectoplasm bending.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
He has the sentient chains that he can call forth and emerge,
Right.
and there's several of them. He has a cape that can camouflage him, that can fly, that can shape and become damn near impenetrable. Don't ask me how that does against adamantium.
I was about to say that's another question I had, but okay. And you said the cape can also camouflage him. Mm-hmm. Okay, important to know.
Yep.
Let's continue.
He has, of course, immense strength, ectoplasm blast. He also has similar training as far as the covert shit goes.
Right, because he used to have that
was,
background before
yeah,
being
yeah.
spawned, before essentially dying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Any others you can think of?
No, that's about it.
Okay. Hearing all that just off my impression, literally, it still goes to Spawn for me.
I was gonna say
He's got the better tool set, literally.
Right after just breaking it down like that, I was gonna say I think I have to go with Spawn.
Yeah. Sadly enough, because everyone out there knows who's bothered listening to these podcasts in order has heard my ranting and my fanboying over Wolverine. You know, come on, people.
Yeah.
But with a broken heart, I do have to hand the trophy to Spawn.
Yeah.
In this case.
Yeah. I mean, once again, like his, and I was gonna say because I think Spawn, the only way you can kill him is he has to be decapitated, but I think it has to be by like a holy blade, even. So even then,
heaven knows that's not Wolverine.
Yeah, but that was a really good one, though.
That's a good
that was
one.
That was a really good one. I like that one.
I'm putting that one aside.
Yeah. That was like the antithesis to Black Panther versus Snow Flame.
Exactly, yeah. Because that one was like, well, what's next?
Yeah.
Damn. So now what is next?
Yeah, now what is next indeed? Number 4.
Ooh. I'm really hoping you got a certain name in there. We're about to find out.
Okay.
I think my guy might win though.
Probably.
Oh shit. You didn't get the name I wanted. I got Silver Surfer.
I got Dr. Doom. Oh.
What?
Shit.
Yes. And mental breakdown, go.
Hot damn.
That's another good one.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. If you guys have any comments again or anything like that, let us know. Give us your opinions,
Damn, 2 tough ones in a row.
Exactly.
The difference between this tough one and the last tough one, though, is that these two have actually fought before.
Exactly, yeah. They're from the same universe.
Yeah. We have something to go off of here. Think of this like it's back and forth victories.
So, here's a big question. Who won first?
I can't tell you which one won first.
Oh shit! I was worried. I didn't. Yeah. Okay. I mean, both their power sets are just so damn awesome, dude.
They really are.
That's not the name I was thinking you were gonna have, which means that name's in there somewhere still. But
yeah, but this was damn near perfect, though.
It was.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay. So of course the cosmic entity, the Herald of Galactus, Silver Surfer.
Right.
Immense cosmic energy and powers.
Cool.
Extreme durability, extreme speed. He's extremely fast. Like,
right.
Fast than people give him credit for.
Surfboard or not.
Yeah, surfboard or not. Preferably with the surfboard.
Right.
I mean, he's being depowered. He withstood blows from the Hulk. I mean, they didn't feel good, I'm sure, but he withstood them. Shit, man. I mean, he's battled Thanos.
Yeah, no, he's definitely up there in one of the powerhouses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Victor Von Doom, who's essentially done everything else.
Right. I mean, one's got the whole space and cosmic power going for him, and this guy all of a sudden has, like, magical and technical power.
Magical and tech powers,
So at that point, I mean...
At one point, and homies, correct me if I'm wrong, but at one point I believe Dr. Doom actually acquired the powers of the one above all.
Well, that's some shit. In that case, Dr. Doom
No, it may have been the Beyonder, but that's still
some shit. Yeah. In that case, if he had this power in this fight, it'd be a done deal.
Shit, yeah.
Nah. But
without
plain old Silver and plain old Doom.
Yeah. I said that just to really show the ingenuity and capabilities of Doom as to what he can accomplish.
Yeah.
Okay. Of course, these guys have battled before, plenty times, I'm sure.
Here's a question. Is Silver Surfer, and this may sound foolish, so forgive me, or listeners, forgive me if it is there any benefit for Silver Surfer fighting in space versus on Earth?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
So literally, playing field for him is the same?
Yeah.
Alright, never mind. Cool.
Yeah. And also, I mean, Dr. Doom can fight just as well in space as he can on Earth. So, yeah.
I'm going to take a piss. I really do have to pee, actually. Yeah, but I digress. Well, let's go. Let's do this. I'm trying to imagine blow for blow what's going to happen, but it's like at that point you're really just picking at straws here.
Right.
Okay, so what route would Dr. Doom take?
I still have my Dr. Doom notes here.
Oh, good, awesome. That's right from
from top five. Yeah, from top 5 villains. Yeah. Okay, so the suit is, of course, is nuclear powered titanium, which gives him enhanced strength, flight, protection, force field. Has 4 hours air supply, can be sealed up for travel, potentially smarter than Reed Richards.
Okay.
I mean, he has of course the army of Doom bots.
Also good.
Yeah.
So first question, you said nuclear powered armor. Is there a way that Silver Surfer can alter that somehow? Can he absorb it? Can he take advantage of that? Is there any type of play that he's got against that?
I mean, if he can, he never has.
Right.
I mean, so just going off of that, I would say probably not.
Okay. Yeah. That's fair. That's a fair assumption to make. If he hasn't, or if he had the capability, then why hasn't he?
Right.
So, okay. Okay, let's continue. Was there anything else? Yeah, what else was there?
As far as like his power set goes, that's about it. He has tech that's on par with Iron Man and magic that at times was on par with Doctor Strange. I mean, so that also says a lot, because I think that the magic could potentially give Doom an edge.
Right. Because that's a whole world of stuff that Silver Surfer's not involved with at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as like the power cosmic, that's all Silver Surfer.
Right. Yeah.
But as far as like the magical bullshit, I mean, he doesn't know that world.
Do you think the tech would alter anything then? Because we're playing with a trifecta here, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about that tech part, though?
The tech is meant to protect him from everything in every sense and fashion.
Okay.
I mean, that tech is hard to work around.
But obviously, it's been done before because
he's been beaten
back and forth.
Yeah. The edge that Silver Surfer has is the only edge I think he has, and it's a big edge. It's the power cosmic. I mean, you really can't top that.
Right.
Because Silver Surfer is immensely powerful. I mean, he's gone toe-to-toe with Thanos by himself.
Right.
The only time that I've seen Doom battle Thanos was in Infinity Gauntlet, and Doom it didn't end well for anyone.
No,
not for anyone.
I mean that's almost unfair though.
Yeah.
I mean Thanos with a glove.
Yeah, and all 6 gems. Yeah,
that is a team. So I mean, in that case, it sounds like and forgive me if I'm presuming, but it sounds like you're leaning towards Silver Surfer here a little bit.
Well,
because
that's the really only edge I can see that he has. It's a big edge, though.
Right, it is.
Yeah,
I mean,
for Doctor Doom, though, as capable as he is, I feel like I'd be foolish to go against him still. He's essentially by himself. He's effectively like shut down the entire Marvel universe almost.
Right.
I mean, he's done some amazing shit.
Sure. I mean, but that's the thing. If anyone could go against Doctor Doom, Silver Surfer,
it'd be Silver Surfer.
Yeah, exactly. Really, I'm willing to strike it up to what day of the week it is.
I mean, it's about like that.
It is, because in my mind right now, it's reading 50-50. Unless there are details that you and I are not aware of, or anything speculative like that. I mean,
this one really is a coin toss, and I'm not trying to put side on you guys at all. It's just a hard one to decide.
Right.
Maybe the best way to do this, Kevin, is on the count of 3.
Oh shit!
Just say who you think wins. Just without any more forethought put into it.
All right. I'm even going to close my eyes for this. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. You ready?
Count out loud.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Silver
Dr. Doom.
Surfer. You piece of shit.
Shit.
Why did I know that was going to happen? Why did I know that was going to be it? Okay, guys, maybe we should just leave this to them. Let them decide.
So. Maybe so. There you guys have it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, comment as to who you think would win. We'll do that for comic news next week.
Exactly, yeah. And we'll announce what you guys say.
Yeah. I mean, this is really just a toss-up. And that's how it ended. That's a toss-up.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, Kevin went with Silver Surfer. I went with Dr. Doom. Who the hell knows? You guys.
Exactly.
Yeah, you guys decide.
I just imagined another little tone playing right there as you did that. Yeah, because he even did like the dramatic point.
Yeah,
like he pointed at the mic. All right, there you go. Grab you another one there.
Okay,
there's still a couple in there.
Yep.
I only remember 3 more.
Yeah,
we put in 3 more that I wrote into here at least. No, one of them was yours. Never mind. All right.
I know that there's 2 powerhouses that I have left, and I'm afraid that you have drawn one.
I'm pretty sure I have. How about you? What have you drawn? Have you drawn one? You've drawn one, haven't you? No? Okay. Who'd you get?
I have the Clown Prince of Darkness. I got the Joker.
I got Dr. Manhattan.
I knew it. I knew that shit was gonna happen.
Okay. See, this is a complicated one because it's too easy to strike it up to Dr. Manhattan.
Is it?
I mean, but Joker would play with him, man. I mean, I think Joker would, if given the time, I think Joker wouldn't necessarily win, but he'd screw with Manhattan hard.
He could.
If anything, he would survive.
That's the best that Joker could hope for.
Exactly. Yeah. Because there's no killing Dr. Manhattan.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that, like you said, Joker's saving grace is his cleverness. Like, it was Ozymandias' intelligence and his cleverness that led him to tricking Dr. Manhattan. That's essentially what Joker would need here. But I mean, I don't know how Joker plays this. I don't know how this possibly ends well for Joker. I mean,
basically, him being alive is his ending well.
Right.
Because Dr. Manhattan literally could just pull him apart.
Right.
Cell by cell, agonizing in pain. Yeah.
I mean, it's, for lack of better terms, it's essentially because of Dr. Manhattan that there's 3 different Jokers. I mean, so in a roundabout way, it's kind of funny.
Right. That is, okay. That's ironic. Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I mean, I don't know what more to say about this one, guys.
That's why I'm kind of shrugging at too.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Yeah.
I mean, what more can you say? It's Dr. Manhattan.
I don't know, man. That's it. All right. There's 4 more in there, or at least there should be. So, all right, cool. That one kind of looks like it folded into one. So that'll be confusing. All right. So this time I got, ironically, Ozymandias. Well then, I got Darkseid.
Well,
if we ever had to go opposites to opposites here,
Oh yeah, I feel like we misdrew.
Exactly, like Ozymandias and Joker. That would have been some shit.
That would have been more interesting than Ozymandias versus Darkseid.
Yeah. Okay, so real quick, I think Darkseid would own this.
Yep.
I'm just saying. Yep. Ozymandias being clever or not. Mm-hmm. So. Let's take a step back.
Oh yeah.
Let's toss these up some. Ozymandias and Joker.
Well, no. Actually, let's stick with this for a while. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What else do you want to say? All right.
So earlier in the podcast tonight, we alluded to the Batman and Ozymandias fight.
Right.
Saying how that would be a really cool fight to see.
Yeah.
Because their intelligence and also their hand-to-hand skills, it would just be an amazing fight. Now, what's interesting is that Batman has gone up against Darkseid, and he's essentially won. So we can't count out humans versus gods.
That's true. That's very true. Okay. So let's dive into this more.
Yeah. I mean, so the way Batman, like, he didn't, like, well, no, shit, to the back, Batman actually did physically beat up Darkseid before also.
Right.
He did it in the Hellbat armor, though, so he did it with a suit. But the other time he's beaten Darkseid, technically, was when he had Darkseid's planet hostage, basically saying, look, I'm going to blow this shit up unless you forfeit.
Right.
And in which case, Darkseid actually even complimented Batman, saying, you know, you're pretty, something along the lines, you're pretty clever for a human. That's about all I got for that.
Okay.
Now, but also, the one main thing I wanted to mention here also is that...
What's that?
Batman, as far as I know, is the only person to dodge Darkseid's Omega beams. Now, if Ozymandias is as physically capable as Batman is, as I think he is, then possibly Ozymandias could also dodge those damn Omega beams. But I don't know.
Right. I'd give him an opportunity for that, definitely. I think he could do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can imagine if he were in Batman's shoes for a lot of these opportunities that Batman had to hold the planet hostage, to dodge Omega beams, I think he would pass as well. I think, however, the setup, the way it is now, just Ozymandias versus him, I don't think he's capable of making that setup by himself.
No.
Because I'm sure in that story when Batman held a planet hostage, Superman or Wonder Woman or the whole JL, they were somewhere around, right?
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So there had to been a setup leading to, oh, I have a gun for your planet.
Yeah.
Yeah. In this case, I don't think Ozymandias can do that by his lonesome.
Potentially not.
Potentially not.
Yeah.
I don't want to strike him out yet, but I do want to say he'd have to come up with something completely different, something clever as well, which he's capable of. But what would that be? Like, what the shit could you do?
Yeah.
You know, you need a mind more clever than mine to jump up in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there.
No, for sure.
I mean,
That's a great point, you know, because,
I mean, still definitely Darkseid wins,
yeah.
you know. Now,
But Ozymandias would be a clever dude, and he'd be able to find a way to win in the right situations.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Darkseid versus Silver Surfer, that would have been an interesting one, too, with the draw.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's another head scratcher.
It is.
Yeah.
But what were you saying earlier before I
I mean, like we were talking about, like we were joking, you know, we could switch these last draws up, and that would also make for a great conversation.
Yeah.
Like Ozymandias and Joker. You know, like,
Damn.
that's some next level shit.
That is.
Yeah.
You know, like, at the face value of that, I would want to go with Ozymandias, but the thing of it is that Ozymandias, he's a man of wisdom and intelligence and knowledge, and I think that Joker taking that and throwing it all out the window would give pause to Ozymandias.
Right.
I think he would be like, is this man crazy? Is he hyper intelligent? Is there a method to his madness? I think that because, I mean, he's not like Batman's encountered Joker hundreds of times.
Right. Batman knows, okay, this is his shit.
Right. Ozymandias, he hasn't encountered this type of crazy before.
So you think Joker would be able to kind of like get the sneaking curveball on him and be able to essentially win, however you define that?
I mean, I think Joker stands a chance in their first encounter. He does.
Right. If repeated encounters, I think Ozymandias, you're right, would have that more experience like Batman does.
Right.
Maybe nowhere near as much, but you get my point. I think first encounter, you're right, though. I think Joker would take it.
Yeah. Well, I didn't say I'm going with Joker. I said I think that Joker stands a chance.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's true. That's fair. I mean, if E1 could, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting
a good
one.
Yeah. Again, I mean, I'd love to hear some comments and you know, read what people want to say about this one too. Ozymandias versus Joker himself.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, once Ozymandias gets his hands on Joker, it's pretty much over.
Right. No, physically, Ozymandias has got that.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
I mean, like, unless Joker gives him a spray of that toxin, you know.
Yeah, because Ozymandias is still mortal.
Yeah, he's
so
still
that toxin's gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you know what would be some shit? Is if, I know there's been different forms of this in existence in the past, but if Joker could get some kind of Jokerizing toxin on him, thus making Ozymandias the Ozymandias Joker.
Oh.
That'd be some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. That reminds me, do you know about that? You probably do know about that version of Batman where, like, he had the Joker virus or whatever, and he became, like, the dark bat metal.
Oh, yeah. But so you're talking about Dark Knight Metal.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
I read a little intro into that, and it's kind of like, this is really creative.
Yeah, it's
this
super
is some
creative.
weird looking shit. Like, Tim Burton was in on this. Yeah.
Second podcast in a row you referenced Tim Burton.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Give me a minute. Mm-hmm. I think you're right.
Yep. The last time you mentioned was on the Guardians podcast about the collector's base. You said it looked something like Tim Burton's mind.
And you know what? I was right.
Okay. I think we got one more.
I know, right?
One more
Let's see
in
what the
here.
last pair up is, my friend. Go ahead. Wait, I'll pull them apart.
Yep.
There it is. Okay. There we go. We're pulling these out of a protein canister, by the way. An empty one.
Well, all right.
Okay, I kind of forgot you put him in here, but that makes sense.
Oh, so both of these are mine. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I have Wonder Woman.
Oh, shit. Green Lantern. Hal Jordan.
Oh, shit. Well, shit.
Well, shit
Well,
indeed.
shit.
So, my friend, what has happened in the past? Because this has inevitably happened before.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry that we're just over here giggling like
I
schoolgirls.
know, right? Like, we're just excited for the concept.
Right.
All right, but I
Okay.
mean,
Damn, this is another really good fight here.
Yeah.
For you guys listening, maybe some of you know that I'm a really, really big Green Lantern fan. I also really like Wonder Woman, but Green Lantern's in my top 5.
that's true.
Yeah. So, I mean, here's the thing: like Green Lantern, being able to just by the sheer force of will construct any construct he can think of.
Right.
That's pretty damn clever.
Could she break through?
Yes.
She has a capability.
Yes.
All right, just making sure we highlight that factoid. Okay.
Yeah, so of course, as far as the speed advantage goes, because they're both extremely fast. I mean, it's never really highlighted, of course, in the comics, but when you look at what they do, then they're both extremely fast. I think that Green Lantern's faster. He can travel faster than she can. Of course, traveling through the cosmos and all that. Green Lantern obviously has the range advantage as well.
True. Very true.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, unless she got real lucky with that lasso. Yeah.
Yep. If Wonder Woman did get Green Lantern with a lasso, that may be game over.
I was about to say, at that
'cause
point,
you can't break it.
Yeah.
You know, he would have to come up with a construct that can distract her enough for him to get that damn thing off of him.
Right. Yeah.
Which could be done.
Yeah, but then at that point, it's like, are you trying to distract me? Yes. Damn it. Yeah. Because it's also the truth rope. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my terminology.
I mean, by distraction, I meant like fire rockets at her ass.
Basically,
But I mean,
yeah.
Not like look over there, but more like here's.
It's not like a Wile E. Coyote distraction.
No,
Yeah,
no.
okay. More like pew pew. Gotcha,
Yeah.
okay. That's fair. That's good.
Wonder Woman, she obviously has the strength advantage.
Right.
I mean, hot damn.
Strength and her own set of tools, obviously with the lasso of truth and the shield and the
Yeah,
sword.
her unbreakable shield, her badass sword. Who do you got, man? Who do you think wins this one ultimately?
I'm pretty sure it's been back and forth between the comics too, hasn't it?
Potentially, I haven't read a whole lot of these two like having dragouts. I've seen them fight before, but nothing.
Right.
It's always been fleeting. Nothing like I have to stop you type deal.
I mean, part of me is kind of teaming with Wonder Woman the more I think about it, but I can also still see Hal Jordan, Green Lantern getting behind some good shit too. I mean,
yeah. So
right now I'm more 60-40 Wonder Woman, man.
I hear you.
Right now, yeah.
And that's
close though.
Yeah, that's fair because I hate to do this because I freaking love Green Lantern.
Yeah,
but I gotta go with Wonder Woman too.
Dude, we've been fighting our favorites all night, man.
We have been. Yeah.
Wolverine went down.
Yeah, except for Black Panther, he was.
Yeah, no, Black Panther reigned.
Yeah,
he was still king. He just had a very confusing fight. Like, what was this man doing in Wakanda?
Yeah,
and not Colombia.
Yeah, Snowflame should have fought Joker. That should have been what was drawn.
That would have been. Oh my gosh, they would have become best friends. Like mid fight, it's like, wait, did we just become best friends? Yes.
But I do agree. I think that 60-40 Wonder Woman wins.
Yeah.
So 6 out of 4 fights, I think she wins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, I mean that's kind of what I was leaning towards as well.
Yeah, it's just because, and like that's the thing, because like if I'm reading their individual comics, and to be honest, I've read way more individual Green Lantern than I have Wonder Woman graphic novels. But the thing of it is, though, is that reading them on an individual basis, of course, the writer can focus so much more on their abilities, on what they can do when they're on their own. Now, when we get them together and most stuff I read, by the way, has been written by Jeff Johns as far as Green Lantern goes. Okay. But as far as like them teaming up, most of what I read has been from Scott Snyder. And the reason I mention that's just because of like the different dynamics that the writers have as far as demonstrating their powers and abilities. So like when we have Wonder Woman and Green Lantern on the same team, like in the same comic, written by the same writer, Scott Snyder, then this different versus seeing Green Lantern on his own, written by this different writer,
and that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. And so whenever you have, it's not just in Justice League comics, but it's also in Avengers comics or X-Men comics or whatever team you want to name. Whenever you have these individual heroes that come together, they're always going to seem a little less powerful in the group dynamic, just because the writing calls for it.
Right, and that makes sense. Just like how the Avengers movie worked, even though all the heroes in their own separate movies were totally badass, you know?
Yeah. And I say all that just to say that, the few times that I have seen Wonder Woman and Green Lantern go at it has been in Justice League. And it's always been little spats, but in those little spats, Wonder Woman has had the upper hand.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, I would
got to give it to the Amazon. No. Oh, hell no.
I was also going to make this joke. Her movie definitely beat out his movie. Yeah.
That is a fair joke. True. And here's the thing, guys. I'm such a big Green Lantern fan. I own the movie. I'm not talking about any of the badass cool animated movies. I'm talking about the live action
one. Ryan Reynolds.
The Ryan Reynolds one, yeah.
The one Ryan Reynolds doesn't even want to own.
Yeah. Yeah.
This has been really fun, man.
This has been a good one, guys. So that's what we had. We had a total of 14 names to draw from. 7 matches here. Yep. Are there any other matchups you want to do before we close up shop here?
Not off the bat like that. No.
Yeah.
I'll definitely have to think up some more for next time, though, because this is definitely an episode I'd love to repeat.
Right. Yeah, this has been a lot of fun, and like I said, in the future, we'll probably do this again,
Hell yeah.
Because there's a lot more we can possibly do. There's so many names that we didn't even put in.
Oh, for sure.
We were talking before the podcast, maybe one day we'll do one with all non-powered people.
Yeah.
I think that could be really fun.
Super fun.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's going to be it for tonight, folks. We hope you guys enjoyed this. We had a blast doing this one. It was equally frustrating because of all the brain power that we had to use.
Exactly.
And like, because like it's not like you can prepare beforehand.
No, it's all like spontaneous.
It's all random. So the only ones that we could prepare for were like the 4 at the beginning of the podcast.
Exactly. Which we did separately. Yeah.
Everything that we drew, there's just no preparing for it.
Thus, again, we kindly ask you listeners out there, if you have any input, any other information you want to give us, or even your own opinions, feel free to post them on the Facebook page. Let us know what you're thinking.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. And so before we close out, guys, as you know, this coming Wednesday is going to be another big one. We're going to be covering Age of Ultron. Yeah, the 2015 Marvel movie, the second time we see the Avengers all come back together again. So that's going to be fun. But yeah, guys, we're gonna go ahead and close up shop here for the evening. We'll keep you guys posted on what we're doing next Sunday for sure. If you guys have any kind of cool questions, comments, gifts, threats, food supplies, or sidekicks, then hit us up at superherohomies@gmail.com or the Facebook page Superhero Homies. And of course, if you guys want to be so kind and gracious enough to give us a review on iTunes, that would also help us out a lot. Preferably, a 5-star rating. Should you feel so inclined. But
nudge, wink, wink.
Yep. But yeah, guys, we're going to go ahead and close up shop for the evening, guys. And as always, we appreciate you guys listening. I'm Quentin.
I'm Kevin.
Till next time.